The broken ankle has been healed in a week. Are you not embarrassed? That sounds like a slur.
Christina, you idiot!
This is Krampus right here. Tough and rough is what I say. Tough and rough. Hello guys and welcome back to Dance Mums. And we're past the mid-season break, which means we are officially halfway through Dance Mums Season 1. Kinda crazy, I'll be honest. I did not expect to be getting halfway through Season 2, let alone finishing Season 1. So yeah, we're here. We're having a good time, and we're also filming this in the evening, which means we don't have tea with us tonight, but we do have a cheeky cocktail. Now this is meant to be a purple rain, but it doesn't look particularly purple. It kind of looks more blue, but it's still a purple rain. It has cherry sours in it and blue curacao. I love this. This was my uni drink for years. Every time we went to Spoons, Weatherspoons, if you're from America, it's a pub that we have here. Very cheap, very nice. I say nice. It's all right. But they used to do these cocktails and I became obsessed with them. And then we found out how to make them ourselves and the ingredients were quite cheap. So we ended up just necking a couple of cocktails a night. It was brilliant. It was cheeky. It was fun. Oh God, that takes me right back. Anyway, I only have one cocktail to last me the entire thing and then I'm on water. So we're not doing a drinking challenge today. I'm sorry guys, we will at some point in the future, don't you worry. But before we get into today's episode, make sure you are liking, you are commenting and you're subscribing because we're getting a lot of views on this channel. Lots and lots of views, which I'm very grateful for. You guys are making me very happy. But do you know what's not making me happy? All y'all who are not subscribed. Maybe if you subscribed, I'd be a little bit happier. Maybe I'd not be as grumpy. Maybe I'd turn this into my enraged happy channel. Actually, that just sounds like shit, so maybe I wouldn't do that. But anyway, make sure you're subscribing as we are on our way to 3K. 3K! I don't know what I'm going to do at 3,000 subscribers as a celebration. Comment something down below that I should do. Give me some ideas. I didn't expect to be getting to 3,000, let alone 2,000, let alone 1,000. So this is all happening too fast. But anyway, let's jump straight into Pyramid, shall we? The Pyramid in this episode is sponsored by My Enraged Rants. Subscribe. So at the bottom of the pyramid, we have Jill. Jill was barely in the last episode, so she's at the bottom of the pyramid. Next up, we have Melissa. Somehow she's back on the pyramid. I appreciated her in the last episode. I didn't so much appreciate the defense of Abby towards the end of the episode, but I felt like she went toe to toe with Abby in the first half, so I'll allow that. It's fine. Next up, we have Maddie. It was just a poor performance. I was disappointed, I have to say. I expect better from her, I gotta be honest, which is why I have put her below Mackenzie and also Brooke. I just feel like those two didn't really do much in the last episode. They both did acro stuff for a ballet audition. I know they were given it, but even I would have been like, come on, that's ridiculous. Next up, we have Nia. Nia's up on the second layer of the pyramid purely for having the audacity to do a death drop in a ballet audition. That was hilarious. Then we have Paige. Paige was good. I liked Paige in the last episode. Next up, we have Kelly. She was kind of a boss bitch. She didn't take any of Kathy's bait, and she also stood up to Abby at the end of the episode, which I really appreciated. Next up, we have Kendall. Kendall did a fantastic dance in the last episode. I've got to give her credit where credit is due. She did phenomenally, so I will give her credit. Next up, we have Christy and Holly. The reason why we put Christy and Holly up at the top of the pyramid is purely because they stood up to Abby. They called out the hypocrisy. They called out Abby's bad behavior and they made sure that she knew she was in the wrong. And I appreciate that. So thank you very much. And that means on top of the pyramid is Chloe. Chloe absolutely smashed the last episode. She did a great solo. She even got into the Joffrey School of Dance or something like that for a summer program. Well done, even though you could have just gone there if you'd paid. Oh, I completely forgot that she just dipped at the end of last episode and went, your kids will be fine without me. I forgot that happened. And now, big slay, we don't have Abby anymore. Who's going to be taking over? Personally, I hope it's guest choreographer.
Who thinks Miss Abby is going to apologize for leaving us stranded?
Oh, God, no.
She never apologizes.
The kids know. The kids know that she's not going to be apologising. Oh, God, I feel like that deserves a sip. Said I wasn't doing a drinking game. Oh, for goodness sake, Ethan, sort your life out.
Maybe just in the ladies' room.
We stood there for probably a good 30 minutes and we were wondering where Abby was.
And you thought she was just in the restroom. Come on, Melissa. Come on. Wise up. Join the rest of the crew with the brainwaves because you're looking pretty dumb right now.
Does anybody feel black cloud approaching? What's the weather?
The way she walked in, mortified. She has to feel some kind of embarrassment for the way she behaved. Because, like, are you not embarrassed? Are you not completely aware that you looked like a ripe melon in the last episode?
You didn't only win for yourself, you won for the Out of the Dance company. You won for me, for my name and my reputation, so that was good.
Oh, because of course it's all about your name, your reputation, but you couldn't even be bothered to give her a congratulations in the last episode. You had to wait until the producers told you to go in and give her a congratulations today. I see you. I see you, Abby, for the person you truly are.
I think you assumed that I was upset because Maddie ran off the stage. And you're absolutely right. And that's why I left.
There's a but coming here. There's a double-edged sword to this whole ordeal. I don't believe this. I don't like this. I don't think this has got good vibes coming from it. I think we need to be careful. Abby's laying a trap, and if Holly's not careful, she's going to walk straight into it.
As their coach, as their teacher, they all deserve a hug.
Nia had you.
See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. This was all bait set up to attack Holly. But I don't understand why, because she's just used the excuse of Nia has you. Well, doesn't Maddie have Melissa? I don't understand what her point is. Maybe I need to watch more. Maybe I don't need to stop pressing pause when she's about to explain herself.
I think the case in point is we know that you don't care.
Some kids are just special.
Raw! And the truth comes out. Wow. So after episodes and seasons of her denying the fact that there is no favoritism, she says, there's no favoritism. And then when the mums are like, why did you treat Maddie that way when you treat our kids like XYZ? Some kids are just special. I'm in pure shock horror right now. Shock and astonishment. How do you say that kind of thing as a teacher? In front of the children as well.
Nobody pays me to go to a competition. I am going there to be the dance teacher.
I'm fairly certain you are paid to be there because you're paid to be on this show. So actually, yeah, you are paid to be there and you are paid to look after the children because at the end of the day, that's your job as a teacher.
When we were rehearsing the number, you wore a bike-a-tard. You pulled at that and pulled at that and pulled at that.
What is a bike-a-tard? That sounds like a slur. That's not okay, Abby. We're not allowed to call people that, okay? Nowadays, that's not okay. I'm fairly certain that'll get you banned on Twitter. Actually, no, it probably won't. Not with Elon Musk in charge.
Next, we have Maddie. Should you be at the bottom of the pyramid because you ran off the stage? Yes, you should. You're the responsible one that everybody counts on.
Oh, it's just the hypocrisy is so strong because if this was anybody else, they'd be at the bottom of the pyramid. She even acknowledged, should you be at the bottom of the pyramid? What was that pronunciation? Should you be on the bottom of the pyramid? God, I feel like I'm in enunciation classes at uni where I had to talk like this the entire time. It was so hard and I really did not enjoy it. Yeah, so she's basically been like, yeah, you should be at the bottom of the pyramid, but I don't care. I'm breaking my own rules because of course she would for Maddie. Of course she would.
It's your charisma, it's your face that are moving the audience.
I'm excited.
I don't remember her doing anything in the last episode, but like, big slay for Mackenzie, I guess. Like, she kind of slayed it, I guess. I just didn't pay attention. But does that mean that Chloe's on the top of the pyramid? It's one thing getting to the top of the pyramid, but it's another thing to stay there. Grrr.
We also have a solo with Mackenzie, and I entered a solo for Maddie.
Don't give Maddie a solo, she might run off stage again. That was a joke, guys, before all of the Maddie fangirls come into my chat, into my comment section, and start hurling abuse at me. It's jokes. I mean it in jest.
And my trio is going to be Chloe, Brooke, Paige.
Okay, so first of all, Maddie won't be doing a solo apparently, which for the first time in forever. Why did I choose that pitch? For the first time in forever. But a trio of Chloe, Paige and Brooke. Again, why are we giving Chloe 3 dancers? Could have literally been any of the other children. It literally could have been Nia, Paige and Brooke. I feel like that would have been a nice trio.
That was pretty depressing down there. I was pretty irritated.
She's a despicable person.
I quite literally could not agree more, Christy. Like, I don't think you understand how angry last episode made me. I don't think I was particularly angry whilst recording, but when I finished recording, I went to go have lunch. I sat down and I went, actually, that was so bad of her. The way she behaved was awful. I think she needs to sort her life out. I think she needs to really take a hard, long look in the mirror and work out what is wrong with her life, because that was disgusting behaviour. Despicable. If she gets any more despicable, she's going to have little minions running around after her.
Banana.
Well, she lied to me, so I'm just upset because of that. She told me the reason she left the team in New Jersey was because her mom is really ill.
Even Melissa's angry with her. She's like, I can't believe you lied to me. But also, what kind of a person says that they're going to go look after their sick mum when they're actually just embarrassed and want to leave? Like, that's such a shitty excuse. You could have come up with anything. But you had to, like, drop your mum's name in it. Yeah, that's kind of muggy, I won't lie. That's not great of you.
It should be you because you're the one who she lied to, so it should
And you're
be
the one
you
that called the cab for her to
having the
leave, and it was your
confrontation with her,
daughter.
not us.
I do feel like the mums are kind of trying to shift this onto Melissa, which, like, I don't appreciate. But I also wonder whether this is producers trying to be like, right, guys, try and get Melissa riled up to get her to go confront Abby about this. Because, like, this seems like a 3-pronged attack, and I don't know whether it would have been a 3-pronged attack. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But also, like, they all should be going in there and having a go at her when the kids are not in there, because last episode's behaviour was not okay.
She's very obnoxious in the audience.
I've never seen someone so happy about 9th place in my life. Woo!
I know. At one point,
Yeah, getting excited about 9th place is actually kind of crazy. Like, really? Is that the hill you're going to die on? Is that the best you can do is 9th place? I know you beat Abby Lee, but also 9th place, not really much to celebrate, is it, my lovely? Yeah, I just made intense eye contact with you. Did you like that?
I think that my team totally upstaged Abby's dancers. I'm on top of the world right now.
Not her getting a cake for them. They didn't do that good. Come on, let's be real right now. You're taking the piss. You're taking the royal piss. I don't know why I've got the Italian hand out, but it's just working its magic, you know. But even so, that's actually criminal. Because what do you mean you bought a cake to celebrate 9th place?
Taylor's mom and dad told me that the doctor has released her.
It's a miracle! The broken ankle has been healed in a week! Oh, I think it was episode 11. So it's been about 3 weeks, maybe? 4 weeks? I don't know. Was there a gap between this episode and the last episode? I'm not sure.
Girlfriend, you don't need those crutches.
You don't need those crutches. Nah, she's just using them as a fashion accessory at this point. She's on Dress to Impress and she saw the prompt saying injured. And now she's in crutches, looking fabulous.
It's a nice number for her. The song is good. It's short. Let's hope she doesn't forget it.
Why have you got to be bitchy about it? Why have you got to be nasty? Why did you have to add that little dig at the end? You didn't have to do that. And actually, you just look a little bit muggy. Just look a little bit dickheady. Do you really sit down in these interviews and think, oh, they're going to love me. They're going to think I'm the hero of this show. No, you're the villain. They might as well play like plinky plonky music to tell us that you are actually the villain.
I think
Melissa,
so.
I think you have a few words you want to say to Abby, and I'd like to hear them.
Christy, come on, let's not incite violence right now. Let's not do that. Now is not the time. Let's just get through this week, please. No arguments, no drama. But then again, if there was no arguments, no drama, I'd have nothing to react to. So actually, let's go full berserk, all out war, screaming and slanging matches. Let's do it.
Like, we travel as a team, we go as a team, we leave as a team.
Well, no, I'm not going to sit here and promise that forever. No.
Aren't you Little Miss We Need to Work as a Team? I know that would make a shit Little Miss book, but that is what Abby is. She's such a contradictory human being that actually her mere presence on this earth is one big juxtaposition to life itself. Life is meant to be beautiful, and this person is ugly inside. Because what do you mean, I can't promise I'll be there for your kids? I can't promise that. As your dance teacher, I can't promise I'll be there for her. I can't promise I'll be there for them. Did you enjoy watching me drink there?
Those are just a bunch of excuses you made to cover your...
You can't be here. Dial 911.
Dial 911, get her out. Oh, you are such a little... Just, like, deal with confrontation. Don't call the police. I've said before, y'all Americans, you run to the police far too quickly. What do you mean? Oh, they won't get out of my face. Let me just call 911. No, just deal with the... That's how I feel about her.
Come on, let me see some sass.
Well, we know Abby's got plenty of sass and a whole lot of ass. That was a very strange shot that we've not seen before. Why did we need a time lapse of people walking in and out of the changing room? That also doesn't make me feel happy that there is a camera in the changing rooms recording them. Is that the changing room? Am I wrong? I don't know, but it just makes me feel a bit icky and a little bit weird.
I need to go home to my mother, and I believed her.
But
Fine,
you
and
sat up
she...
here and said that you were mad that she lied to you. So we said, go tell her that you're upset. We wanted you to say to her, why did you lie to me?
It did seem like Melissa kind of just went down and went, these mums are on my case about Maddie. It's like, that's not exactly what happened, but guess we gotta fight this battle now because Maddie seems to be Abby's trigger word.
Melissa always says that we're so mean to her, that we never take her side, but she lied to us again. So how can I trust somebody who constantly lies?
But yeah, it is a good point. Melissa did lie and say she was going to do something, went down, kind of threw them under the bus. It was kind of awkward. Tough and rough is what I'd say. Tough and rough. Why do I do these things? Why do I do these things? I actually... Oh, God. How much alcohol did I put in that? Jesus Christ, that's strong.
I'm a little confused why the swing, Maddie, is now demonstrating how the trio is properly done to the girls in the trio. Is that just another way for Abby to rub it in their face that she feels that Maddie's the best dancer in the group?
Yes, Christy. Yes, I'm sorry. For me, it's the fact that she's getting Maddie to demonstrate it because she can't. That's the funny thing to me. That's what I would be pointing out. I'm not so mad that Maddie's demonstrating it, but also I am a little bit mad because she's not part of the number. But also, it's because Abby can't do it herself. Also, the dance teacher doesn't actually dance with the children. I don't understand. Can someone please answer me that? Because I genuinely, the computing is not computing.
I don't understand our choreography lately. It just seems so stupid.
The issue with Abby, and I feel like Christy's mentioned this. Not Christy. I feel like Kathy's mentioned this, but the choreography is incredibly lazy. It seems to be the same moves in the same kind of order to the same style of music. There's no real va-va-voom about it. There's no real, ooh, that was a nice move. It's very rare that like I get those moments nowadays in numbers. I'm just watching it and I'm like, oh, that was nice. But like I've seen them do all that before, so nothing's new. I don't know whether it would be better to like try some different styles of music, because I just don't have faith in Abby as a choreographer. I don't think that she makes engaging numbers for the most part.
I hate that. I do too. They're gonna break their knees.
It does look like a very violent drop to the floor. Like, it makes me anxious watching it. I can't imagine how anxious must make them feel doing it, because I would feel uncomfortable doing it. I'd be like, no, give me some knee pads, give me some protection. Jesus Christ.
If my friends were judging my dance, it would make me feel very uncomfortable.
This is what I mean. It also puts you in an uncomfortable position because you're sitting there and you're like, actually, I didn't think there was anything wrong with it, or I didn't notice anything wrong. And then Abby's like, how could you not notice there was anything wrong with that? There was so much wrong with that. There was this, there was that. Her feet were flexed. Her feet were pointed.
Whether we succeed or not rests on her shoulders. You're late, Chloe. You can't be late. It's all up to her.
Oh my god, monumental pressure on Chloe's back. It's almost as if this is to set her up to fail, like you do every single week she's on the top of the pyramid. It's so transparent. I don't want to hear none of y'all in the comment section saying that she doesn't do this on purpose, because she obviously does. Like, I've watched enough reality TV shows to know when someone is being set up to fail, okay? And Chloe is currently being set up to fail and made to look bad by Abby. I'm sorry, but she is. If she makes it through this week unscathed, props to her. Props to her, because I don't know whether I could handle this kind of pressure.
You okay, Chloe? What's wrong? Just stand. All right, sit down for a second.
Do you think there's ice? Could I give her some ice?
5, 6, 7, 8.
This is what happens when you push a child too far. They end up getting hurt, and then they're not able to give their full performance. But of course, Abby's going to walk in the room and go, why are you sitting down? Why? I'm just so over Abby. I say that every episode. I need to get that on a t-shirt. I'm so over Abby. But then it's going to make Abby sound like an ex-girlfriend, and then it's just not, I'm not in any better of a position, am I?
Do you know that dance? If I made you do it again, could you do it? Uh-huh.
Thought we weren't giving her a solo this week. I thought we were just letting her have some time to get her head back in the game. But apparently we're just throwing her back out on stage. Okay, cool, fine, whatever. God, it's not often that I'm sat in a Dance Moms episode and I'm just not enjoying watching it. Like, the last few episodes I've had a fabulous time, but this one I'm just not vibing with. It's just mean-spirited the entire time. I think that's because Abby knows that she's fucked up and she's just like, nah, fuck it, I'm going to double down. Let's just make it even worse, shall we?
I want you prepared to do this number. Anywhere, anytime, any place.
So at some point, Abby's just going to be like, yo, Maddie, time to go on stage. And Maddie's going to be like, what? And then it's going to make her crumple and she's probably not going to be able to do very well. I've been to LA twice. Love LA. Literally, I know I said I wanted to live in New York in the last couple of episodes. I actually want to live in LA. LA is my vibe. It's fun. It's funky. Smells funky as well. And also, there's just so much to do there. There's Universal. There is... I was going to say Disney, but I actually hated my experience at Disney. I had a really wild experience at Disney that just, like, exhausted me, and I don't think I can go back to a Disney park. I've been back since, because obviously I went to one in March, but that was back in 2022, and it was just scarred from then on out. But I'll talk more about my LA trip at some point. Not right now.
I knew it. I knew there was no way that Abby and Melissa could go through a competition without letting Maddie have a solo.
I also thought this at the start of the episode. So when she was like, I'm not submitting you, I was like, oh, that's weird. But here we are, once again, with the same episode, contradicting ourselves.
Where would you go?
Next week I'll do it.
Next week? But next week you're not in the program. We don't know who gets a dance next week.
I think next week.
I think Abby should respect the fact that Maddie's sitting there and going, I don't want to do it this week. I don't feel like I'm ready to do it this week. Do you want to send her out there to embarrass herself again, potentially? Because if you're pushing her to do it when she's saying, I don't think I can do this, it might end up even worse than if you just say, oh, let's just scratch this number. Cool. If I'm being honest, it's a 4. I hated it. I really didn't like it. I think my issue is with a trio is it just feels like 3 solos happening at once on stage. And that's not how a trio should function in my eyes. The beautiful thing about like the one with Nia, Chloe and Maddie, and Maddie, Chloe and Brooke, was that they did parts that were in unison, and that was like the focus of the dance. Yeah, they did like their own little bits, but it didn't feel like they were doing it all completely separately. This has the same problem as last week's Nia, Paige and Mackenzie number, in which it just looked like 3 different numbers that were happening on the same stage. Paige did not help herself by forgetting some of the moves. There was also a section where just nothing was happening on stage for like a couple of seconds, where they were all just like frozen, and it just looked odd and weird, and I didn't appreciate it. So honestly, I'd say that's a big fat 4 from me. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like it. They're lucky to be getting a 4 from me. Maybe I'm just in a bad mood today. I don't know.
After the trio, Abby walks in, and of course, she blames Paige. And apparently, if you don't kick your leg, that is the end of the world in the Abby Lee Dance Company.
I feel like if I was watching it without all the camera angles and without the dodgy, like, looks from the audience, I feel like I probably wouldn't have noticed it. I might have been focused elsewhere. I don't know. So I feel like it's just really not the end of the world. This is so not important, and I'm just kind of over Abby making a big deal out of every little thing that happens that goes wrong. It's just boring now. You're boring, Abby. You're boring.
I don't think we're not gonna win because she missed a kick. I think we're gonna lose because the choreography wasn't like the ones like before us.
I agree. The choreography was awful. The number itself, like the structure, the choreography, the whole form of it was awful. It was boring. Watching it was just like, what's going on here? There's no cohesion. There's no point it being a trio. You could have just had them doing 3 separate solos, because that's what they were pretty much doing on stage. There was barely any parts where they were in unison. They were all doing kicks and leaps at different times. I don't know whether that was on purpose or whether that was like by accident, whether they forgot the moves. I don't know. All I know is it just was not an enjoyable watch.
Mackenzie slipped.
Oh, bless her. Okay, I can forgive Mackenzie because she slipped, she fell, she hurt herself, that threw her off. She's 7 years old. Fair enough. It would throw me off if I hurt myself on stage and didn't know what to do and then was like, fuck, I don't remember the dance anymore. Probably would be swearing if I was 7 years old, but who knows? So I'm not going to grade that. I feel like I didn't see a complete dance. And also, like, Mackenzie will always be getting higher scores, let's be honest. But I can't grade that because it probably would have earned like a 6. And I don't feel like that's fair for her. So, yep, sad. But let's see how Abby deals with this situation. Is she going to cry? Is she going to shout? We don't know anymore.
She tried to stay out there and she tried to keep dancing. And I'll tell you what, she was in pain.
This is another thing that I have to give her props for, is the fact that she hurt herself and she immediately carried on. And then she was like, actually, I can't do anymore, and then had to go off stage. Which, like, absolutely fair and valid. Absolutely fair and valid. The fact that you even tried to continue doing something, brilliant. Love it.
So you're lucky? Accidents happen? Oh, wow.
God, it's like she's sitting on Krampus's knee. This ain't no Santa Claus. This is Krampus right here.
So it's your decision. We just need to know.
I don't want to make you mad, but I'm just like, feel like I'm not ready.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
It takes a lot of guts to come back from a horrific incident and decide you're going to get back out on the stage again. Believe me, I've been there. But I think it takes even bigger guts to say, I'm not ready when it comes to performing. It's tough. Performing is one of the hardest things that you can do in life. It is, because you get out on that stage and you are at the mercy of the entire audience that is watching you. So therefore, she now knows that this is a possibility. So of course she's going to take a couple of seconds to just recalculate, recalibrate, and get back out on that stage. And honestly, I think this is big for her. I think this is really, really good that she is deciding to back off and go, you know what? I'm not ready.
Tell me.
Title, put your hands together for Maddie with In My Heart.
I thought we scratched that number. Oh, Abby. Oh, Abby. Can you not, like, tell someone, nah, she's not doing the number? Nah, surely there's someone you can talk to. Don't embarrass her like this. What the fuck? No, this isn't okay. This isn't okay. Abby, this is not okay.
Honey, you're sick. She's sick.
They announced her. They didn't even know she was scratched. They didn't know I took care of it.
That's just a nightmare of epic proportions. Also, you can't say that she's sick when she's about to do the group number for the ALDC. Surely they're going to know that something's up there. Oh, what a nightmare. What an absolute nightmare. That was a solid 9 out of 10. I was impressed. I liked it. I thought she did fantastically. I thought she did really, really well. I've got nothing much else to say. 9 out of 10. She absolutely smashed it. I think there were some moments that I would have liked just some different dance moves, maybe some different choreography. Like, it does feel very samey to other stuff she's done. What can you do when you've got the same person whacking out the same tired choreography that she's been using all these years because it wins awards? Try something new. Try doing something fun. Try doing something more entertaining.
You are how old? You've been told that 10 times today. Think.
It's just a lot for a green room. It's a lot for a dressing room. It's just a lot in general. You don't need to take that tone of voice, which I feel like I say this too often. I say this too often, Abby. Why am I having to tell you every single time? I think I'd give it a 7. I thought there were nice parts. I liked the whole opening sequence. And then when Chloe came out and did her bit and then they started like dancing as a group, it kind of just fell apart a little bit. It was kind of a bit basic and boring. But like up until that point, I was really vibing with it. I thought it was like a solid 9 out of 10. But then the rest of the dance kind of dragged it down a little bit. 7 out of 10. I feel like that's fair. I'm just, like I said, I'm just bored with these like basic bitch numbers. They're just not sparking that, oh, that was so good vibe in me. I don't think we've had a good dance for a couple of weeks now.
I think that she had a really good chance of winning this competition. I really don't think that people realize she didn't do her whole dance.
She got 10th place and she didn't even do the whole dance. That's wild and crazy, but also kind of big slay from Mackenzie, let's be honest.
My overall assessment of Chloe's solo would have to be fair to good.
She came 5th place. Cool. Fair to good. Ugh. I feel like that's a very nasty way of putting it. I thought she did quite well personally, but is what it is. You're just a nasty woman at the end of the day. Not really much I can say about that.
Considering all the things that the trio had working against them, you know, bad costumes, bad choreography, bad music, I thought that Chloe, Brooke, and Paige really did well.
I think they're lucky to get 3rd. I don't think I would have placed them in the top 10. I hated it. I really didn't enjoy that number. You know, sometimes when you watch something, you're like, that was bad. That wasn't good. That wasn't fun. Also, I'm seeing Chorus Line tomorrow and I'm super excited. Super, super excited. I actually directed Chorus Line at my university for the Musical Theatre Society. And I had such a fantastic time doing it. It was such a great experience. It was my directorial debut. It was brilliant. I had such a great time.
You started out great. Your individual parts were wonderful. As soon as you had to dance together as a group, whew, to hell in a handbasket.
To be fair, that's exactly the critique that I gave. The solo parts were great, and then it just kind of fell apart from there. It just wasn't very interesting. But I don't think that's their fault. I think that's your fault. The choreography was just not that good. And I'm sorry, but that's where the fault lies. Not with the girls, but with you, the choreographer.
Work on it with them. You sit
Here, work on it with them.
Okay, honey, right now, let's go. 32 lattes, go. Go.
Well,
go.
obviously she can't do 32 food.
You can't do one.
Oh, this argument is so ridiculous because it is just Abby not wanting to teach people. This is the whole argument. You can't do this, teacher. She should know it. So teach her. But she should be able to do it. Do it now. You haven't taught her. Like, what is this chain of events? This chain of events makes no sense because you are actively not engaging with the children and trying to teach them.
I'm not happy with what I saw.
Ask every single one of these women who have been sitting out there watching choreography. Yours sucks.
You know nothing, Kelly.
I disagree. You don't have to be a choreographer to watch a piece of dance and go, that was shit. Your choreography does lack originality. It does lack anything remotely interesting. So actually, I think Christy and Kelly are very much correct. This is so ridiculous and so stupid, and you're just causing arguments for the sake of it. So shush your mouth. Shut it, please, because your mouth is moving a lot like a rat. Thank you, Abby.
Me and Christy.
Christy and I! You idiot! Christy and I!
Kelly's a better person than me, because if you screamed in my face like that, I'm spending the night in a prison cell. I'm not having you talk to me like that. I'm not, without getting up and screaming in your face back. This is why I can't go on reality TV shows, guys. I can't, because they're going to look at me and they're going to go, let's turn him into a villain. And I can't have that, because I'm not the one in the wrong. I'm not, but I will be painted out to be that villain, and I can't hack that. I can't have that. I can't be walking out of the Big Brother house getting booed, thinking, what's going on here? No, I can't do that to myself.
You've been doing it too long. You're stale.
My stale is better than your best day will ever be.
That was kind of a hard line from Abby, I won't lie, but also, fuck off. Because, yeah, you have got stale. You have been doing it too long. You're just churning out the same dances week on week. I don't believe that you have got any originality left. Prove it to me next week and maybe I'll take my words back. That's your challenge. I think it was just this episode, but I just felt frustrated and bored throughout the majority of it. I didn't feel like there was much going on. I didn't feel like I was having a good time watching it. Maybe it's the time of day. Maybe it's the fact that I left it right until the evening and I'm absolutely exhausted. Maybe it's the fact that I'm thinking I have to travel to Birmingham tomorrow to see a chorus line. And I'm just exhausted thinking of the travelling. But anyway, I just did not enjoy this episode. I had a great time making the video for you guys, and I'm sure I'm going to make it funny in the edit, but I feel drained right now, so I'm going to end the video pretty shortly. But before I do, thank you guys for watching. I do really appreciate you. I am going to be back on Sunday, don't you worry, with a new episode. And make sure to check out Taskmaster. New episodes every Saturday for the foreseeable until the season finale. And yeah, let's just keep smashing it out. I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Do all that YouTube stuff that you guys do so well. I'll see you guys later. Keep on ranting. Bye now.